What's up, Free? What do you need? What do you need from me? In case you're wondering why I'm on the couch today, it all started with me kind of sorta accidentally, maybe on purpose, I don't really know, updating to Big Sur. Oh, bless you, little one. Basically, I updated to Big Sur and the Analog Rytm and Overbridge stopped working. I've been using the Rytm for a while now and been borrowing one. And I've been using it a lot on this project and I really needed Overbridge to work. But long story short, now that Overbridge doesn't work, I decided to just use Drum Rack and do a couple other things and use the Rytm on the couch by itself. And it made me realize that I have heavily been underutilizing the Rytm. With the latest update, you get the step preview when you hold down a step and press play. We'll check that out in a second, which is awesome. And the filters, when it comes to different samples that you're using, the filters sound so good. I know it's called the Analog Rytm, but I kind of forgot that the filters are analog, like really, really good analog filters. But by far, the coolest thing, and the thing I completely underestimated. What do you want, little one? What's up? You want to lay down? Lay down, Free. Come on. I think she's hungry. The thing I underestimated by far is the 2 VCO core. Free, you're throwing me off. The 2 oscillator, analog oscillator voice. I don't know. I made curry tonight. She probably really likes. You're trying to kiss me, aren't you? Yeah, the Dual VCO. This thing is awesome because in most of my other samplers, I always just had just a single bass note that I took off a Juno I owned a long time ago, and I just used that for everything. But actually having an analog bass all the time on here is perfect, especially with the way you can shape it. And kind of bouncing off of the FM video I recently did, this does a lot of that Ring Modulation FM stuff, so it's really good. I kind of come up with a cool track here, so let's check that out. And yeah, let's head to the desk. Actually, you know what, really quick before we head to the desk, let me give a quick shout out to today's video sponsor, SkillShare. If you're not familiar, SkillShare is an online platform that has thousands of classes on creativity, business, design, music, whatever you want to learn. SkillShare. Are you okay? She just fell into a hole. Whatever you want to learn, SkillShare has a class for you. I've been a member of SkillShare for a while. It's how I've been learning the piano with Mark DeHeide. And in case you're interested in learning, for example, Ableton Live, I've been kind of slowly going through these classes by Jason Allen on music theory for electronic music production.
And I want you to know that when it comes to the topic of music theory for electronic music producers, I literally wrote the book on it. 2 books, but don't bother buying these books. Everything that's in those books, I cover in this class.
And being an experienced Ableton Live user, it's been nice to kind of go back and explore some of the basics because there was a lot I just kind of blew past in hopes of just making music right away, and a lot of stuff that just kind of flew over my head. Plus, Ableton Live, there's like a million ways to do the one thing you're trying to do, so there's pretty much always a more efficient way of doing whatever it is you are currently doing. Plus, Skillshare is super affordable at less than $10 a month for the annual membership. And since Skillshare is sponsoring this video, the first 1,000 of my subscribers to use the link in the description below will get a free trial membership to Skillshare Premium. So go unlock your creativity, and with that, let's go check this thing out. So I kind of figured I already have a track on here, so I might as well just go ahead and use that track. This is kind of one that I guess for the most part kind of made me realize that I was completely underutilizing this thing. Let's go power this on. So here's the track. Actually, I don't even know what it's going to sound like. Let's see. Okay, so there's kind of a lot going on here, but I wanted to specifically focus on the Dual VCO. I have a little printout of it just in case I get confused at some point because I don't want to put the wrong kind of info out there. But basically, what I got going on here is just this little bass note. And this is just me messing around with stuff. I basically have it on a little 8-step pattern because you can go ahead and set the patterns to be individual length per track. And I kind of wanted to I honestly just did this to do some weird parameter locks and just see what it would sound like. But what's crazy is if I go here, the balance is set all the way to one side. basically have access to both VCOs. And this is actually where things got a little funky, because when I was looking at the manual, the way I thought this would work, you have 2 decays, right? The decay for each oscillator. You know what? Let me go to another pattern really quick, just so I don't mess anything up. And we'll go to chromatic mode. So if we listen to this, and I put it in fixed mode, let me turn the amp all the way up, or the whole time. So the way I originally thought this worked, just by looking at it, was that you have 2 decays over each independent oscillator. The configuration is how those 2 oscillators are played together. We have the plus, which is basically just both oscillators playing at once. They don't affect each other at all. We have that oscillator and this oscillator. Our detune, I have it set to 63, which is a weird variation. And even in the manual, it says 1 octave up is 44, not 12. So don't get confused. So you can hit a weird musical one at 12, but it's 44 or 24, 44, 48, even stranger. So 48 is 1 octave. Good luck remembering that. So it's crazy how perfect timing this was to the video that I did last week. Because if we go to the ones with the F between them, let's say these here, and you see that there's 2 sine waves with an F between them and then a line underneath. It looks like hieroglyphs, I know, but that line underneath is oscillator reset or key sync. Every time a trigger is set, the oscillators will reset. Again, this is showing how important it is when it comes to frequency modulation and ring modulation. So this whole engine acts really weird and really strange to me. For example, the first thing that stuck out to me was in the manual, under the configuration, when you have an F, that's frequency modulation, FM. And it says 1 is the carrier and 2 is the modulator. I'm guessing. It doesn't say that, but it doesn't say anything. It just says 1 is the carrier. What does 2 do? Well, I'm guessing it's the frequency modulator. So with that being said, if I'm here and I listen to a sine wave, pretty much just sounds like a sine wave. No matter what I do, I can tune this back to 0, right? But then the detuning of oscillator 2 should be affected, or affecting this. It's not. But if I go to balance and turn the balance over to listening to oscillator 2, the oscillator 2 is heavily being affected by oscillator 1. Because if we just go to 2 sine waves, which is this one here, it's heavily being affected by oscillator 1's tuning, even though we're technically just listening to oscillator 2. So maybe I just got confused somewhere in here. But it's kind of funky. But where things get really fun is in the F and R. This is a combination of frequency modulation and ring modulation. If I go back to listening to oscillator 1, you can really hear that now. And what's even weirder, again, this is super weird. I wonder if it'll change with calibration. I kind of want to try, but I'm also kind of afraid to do it. We'll do it. Detuning right now is set to 0, and listen. It's not 0. There's a little bit of movement, and that's the analog nature of this thing. But what's hilarious is, watch, if I detune it a little bit, it'll be perfectly on. Oh man, did I just lie to everybody? Oh man, I totally found the sweet spot earlier, I swear. And it was analog at its finest, or user error. I swear I found the spot between the 2 oscillators that was just perfect. Maybe I need to reset them. Nope, I'm the world's greatest liar. My bad. But listen to these sounds. They're really cool. And as Cenk says it in the Carl Michael's Cabinet of Curiosities video, the bass line's very hairy. It has a lot of grit and bite to it, but it's really good because you have the analog filters that you can use to kind of bring this back down. So say we have this insanity here. And I have some driving it really hard. Oh, and the compressor is pretty gnar on here. If I go to check out the distortion, turn that down. But the compressor is, yeah, I have it slamming. But listen to this. This is so tight, because if you were to just go and put kick, and let's say clap here, we'll put it there, move them a bit early, right? Copy that, put that here, unmute them. Whoa, this is way too fast. This is not at all what I wanted to do. Right? And then we can go back to that track, which is the snare drum here, chromatic. You hear how loud the kick is? This is because I'm using the kick to really squash the compressor. But I think that kind of distorted-y sound is because the release isn't fast enough. And then this is just way too loud. My bad. So basically what I wanted to mention is that I've been super underutilizing this, because as soon as I get like a sample in here and start moving it around with this buttery, smooth analog filter, and then I just create a simple bass line like this, you just have unlimited, simple, big, fat sounding basses. Because like, sure, we have this sound now. If I just go to source and just mess around with the configure, not much else. Like, listen to that one. What is it, 48 is an octave? Ooh. And see how there's really a lot of high end in there. I can go and change this to a low pass 2-pole. Turn the envelope down. Same thing. Boom, boom. We'll go here. No, I just cleared the pattern. Track. Da, da, da. And then you can get weird with this. Oh, I missed that first one. Is it on? No, way off. So what's cool here is you can get weird with the trigless triggers. This is what I love. So I'll say on step 5, turn the filter up. So step 5, go up here, watch. But here's the thing that gets kind of funky with the trigless trigs. So when you set a parameter lock, like let's say I say on this step, I want the filter to be here and resonance up. When it leaves that step and goes to step 2, it goes back to what the track is currently set and does not go to this, right? It automatically goes back to where the track parameters are. Trigless triggers do not do that. So how can I best show this? You know what? Forget this. Let's go back to the track that I had a second ago, which is this one here. Please still be the same. Oh God, I think I broke it. Okay, so track here. I want to go to kit. Load kit 9. Okay, whew, close call. So check this out. I have this sample here, which again, forgive the insane amount of distortion. That's completely me, not this thing at all. So you hear that little thing, right? So if I copy this pattern to, let's say, pattern 13, and I go and play 13. So the way I have this track set up here is on a weird 12-step pattern. I'll take these trigless trigs out. Right? So what I wanted to do was on, let's say, step 4, I just wanted to turn the filter up for just that step. Sample, turn the filter up here. But watch, it's going to hold that value until it reaches the next step, which is kind of annoying. Really quick on this, I say it's annoying, right? And since filming this, I've thought about that moment a lot, and I actually don't really think it's annoying, and it's actually working the way it should, because in theory, when you put the trigger down, that trigger is playing like not a trigless trigger, an actual trigger. That trigger is playing until the next bit of information it receives. And the trigless trigger is acting in accordance. It's doing the exact same thing as a regular trig. So I don't know what, I think what it is on the Novation circuit, it does it the way that I'm expecting it to. Actually, you know what? No, it doesn't. I don't know what I was talking about. I was tripping. Anyway, yeah, it's not annoying. It's working exactly the way it should. So, yeah, forgive my trespassing. Frida's out like a light. So check this. It doesn't close. But to get it to close, I would have to set another trigless trigger and close the filter back again. And that's all I wanted to do. And then I can do another one. Let's say I wanted, oops, I did not want to do that at all. So I'm going to just copy this step here, put that here. But then this trigger, I want it to be filter up, right? But I can even do weirder stuff and say on step 9, trigless trigger, let's do a filter, where is it at? Filter frequency, right? So, and the depth down, and then filter down as well, and the resonance, and then speed up. Oh! So it's completely different every time because the mode is set to free. But if I set it to trigger, it's going to be the same every time. And then turn the phase point. Oh! And then I can say start point and end point, reverse it. All right. The end. Wait. Okay, yeah, the end point is now the start point. Oh. So what is that going to sound like if I let this just play the whole way through? I'm going to say, that's kind of cool. Let's just do the 12 steps because it's set to 12/16. Check this. It goes and it resets right here. So it's going 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. So it's still resetting on the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I wanted it to continue doing weirder stuff, I can set this length, oh god, to 32, but still have it set to 12. And that's going to be on this page. 12. Oh, can I not do that? I can't get that weird with that? Okay, I can. Oh, I can't. Somebody teach me. How do I get that to be weirder? This is weird enough, but check this. Where's it at? Right? So you can get really wild and really weird with this. And then same with this bass here. I can just... So this is kind of going a little too crazy. I'm going to go back to the pattern I had before, which is 11. It's just a little calmer. And same thing with this bass. I have just those notes going. I can add some more notes. And just... So one funny thing is in the manual itself, here I'll show you right now, where's it at? Does not pitch track 100% correct. So they know that this was never really designed to be a bass synth, but they're like, whatever, we'll just set it out there. Just a heads up though, this thing does not track well. So since these notes kind of work, not really, they're a little out of key, whatever. I'm gonna copy them. I'm gonna copy this one here and put it here. And it's a little off because I played them unquantized. Put it on the grid. But what's crazy with this analog engine is you can parameter lock everything. So I can say here, we'll do decay and tuning and level way down, and then reverb. Kind of cool, kind of whack. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say these 3 steps, copy here, and then I'm gonna say 16, and then paste. Copy this and move it here, and get rid of that. And then move it off a little, and some delay. Oh shit. I just don't like that at all. We'll go to our sample again. Here, filter our, where's our compressor at? Mix. So the compressor, I'm gonna slam it again. Oh yeah, it does not like that release time. I'm going to go ahead and clear these out. So one thing I kind of forgot to mention this is that the FM is a little funky because I thought that these 2 independent decays were actually the decay amount for each oscillator affecting one another when it came to the frequency modulation or the ring modulation, but that's not the case. That's just their decay. The frequency modulation just happens already, and you can do stuff with bend, but honestly, like for me, that it starts getting too weird. I just want a simple, really good fat bass line, and this completely does the job for me. And then again, like doing weird stuff, for example, with the sample, utilizing the new trig preview. Let's say we have this sample here. Oh, you know what I'll do here? I'll say we'll just create a new pattern for this. So this is now going to be the pattern for the sample. I'm going to go ahead and just remove this stuff for now. Right, so it's kind of close to where I want it to be. But what's cool, really quick, before I roll out of here, I can go ahead and add another trigger. But see how this like goes to the next part of the sample? Trigless trigs. I could say here, we'll go to our sample and change the end point and the start point. So it almost acts like a loop. And then I can add another one here. And here, this is where I can utilize that new feature. If I hold down the step and press yes, it's going to preview that step. I can change the start point now. I want that. And then I want that meh. So copy that, paste that here. Same thing. Cool. This step I want it to be pitched down. Oh. We'll copy this over, and what I'm going to do is go to the second page, copy, paste, and then 32 steps for this. Yes, here. Wait, why is it not? Why is it only going there? Oh, the master. My bad. Is that what I did earlier that messed everything up? Cool. So I'll go here. Reverse. But I want to take that out and put this in again. Filter up. Anyway. Anyway. Oh. You know, it's another quick tip, really quick. I know I keep saying I'm going to go. If I go to our scene here, right, or a performance, and I want to function this, I can say set the function of this to here. So now, if I leave this page and I go to, let's say, the sample track, and I'm in our play mode, I have control over the filter of this track and of the bass at the same time. Shout out Mario from Electron. All right. I appreciate you hanging out. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for kicking it as always. And hope to see you in the next one. If you want to support the channel, got some merch and all that stuff, but you chilling is more than enough. Thank you again. I'll catch you again. You already know the drill. Share the love, share the knowledge. Knowledge is power. Peace.